Failure, the dreaded F word. It's amazing how one little misstep can send us spiraling into self-doubt and fear. We're taught from a young age that failure is bad and success is everything. But what if I told you that failure is actually a key ingredient to success? That's right. Failure is important. It's one of life's greatest teachers. It shows us what doesn't work and helps us improve our approach. Failure is also an opportunity to grow and learn about ourselves. But why do so many of us fear it? We fear failure because we're afraid of being judged or ridiculed by others. We fear losing our reputation or credibility. But the truth is, failure is a natural part of life. It happens to everyone, and it's nothing to be ashamed of. So let's embrace failure. Let's learn from it and use it as a tool to help us succeed. In the following sections, we'll explore the positive side of failure, how to embrace failure in your personal life and workplace, the success stories of famous failures, and how to overcome your fear of failure. Let's get started. Failure is often associated with negativity and giving up, but it is important to recognize that there is a positive side to it. Failure presents opportunities to learn and grow. The key is to approach it with the right mindset. The first step in embracing failure is to learn from it. Every failure is a chance to gain insight and improve. Taking the time to reflect on what went wrong and what could have been done differently can help identify areas for growth. This kind of introspection builds resilience, as it can help you become more adaptable to new challenges. Identifying strengths and weaknesses is also an important aspect of learning from failure. It helps you understand where your strengths lie and where you may need to improve. Failing at something doesn't mean that you are not talented or capable. On the contrary, it highlights areas where you can focus your efforts to improve. In conclusion, failure is an inevitable part of life, but it doesn't have to be a negative one. If approached with the right attitude, failure can be a valuable teacher. It helps you learn from your mistakes, build resilience, and identify your strengths and weaknesses. Failure is an inevitable part of life, and it is essential to embrace it instead of fearing it. People often have a negative perception of failure, and they view it as a setback or a stumbling block to their success. However, failure can be an opportunity for growth and development, both in personal and professional life. The positive side of failure. Failure is a valuable experience that can teach us a lot about ourselves. It allows us to identify our strengths and weaknesses, and it helps us build resilience. By learning from our failures, we can develop a growth mindset that allows us to become more adaptable and flexible in the face of adversity. Embracing failure in your personal life. To embrace failure, we must first set realistic goals that challenge us without overwhelming us. It is important to take calculated risks that push us out of our comfort zones but are not detrimental to our well-being. By fostering a growth mindset, we can view failure as an opportunity to learn and improve ourselves rather than a reflection of our worth. Setting realistic goals. Setting realistic goals that challenge us is essential for personal growth. Goals that are too easy to achieve might not provide the necessary motivation to strive harder. On the other hand, goals that are too challenging might be overwhelming, leading to feelings of frustration and disappointment. To set realistic goals, we must take into consideration our abilities, resources, and limitations. Taking calculated risks. It is important to take calculated risks that push us out of our comfort zones and help us grow. However, it is equally important to weigh the potential risks and benefits before taking any significant step. We should analyze the situation, evaluate our capabilities, and take steps that allow us to minimize the risks and maximize the benefits. Fostering a growth mindset. Rather than fearing failure, we must cultivate a growth mindset that allows us to view it as an opportunity for growth and development. A growth mindset helps us take ownership of our failures and learn from them. It encourages us to seek feedback, reflect on our experiences, and move forward with a renewed sense of purpose and resilience. Conclusion. Embracing failure is not an easy task, but it is necessary for personal growth and development. By setting realistic goals, taking calculated risks, and fostering a growth mindset, we can learn from our failures and become better versions of ourselves. It's time to embrace our failures and start viewing them as stepping stones to success. Failure in the workplace. Let's face it, No one likes to fail, especially at work. However, failure can be an excellent opportunity for growth. As a company, it's essential to provide an environment that encourages risk-taking. Companies need to create a culture where employees feel safe to take risks without fear of retribution. Psychological safety is crucial because it plays a significant role in the way employees approach risk-taking. When employees feel psychologically safe, they're more willing to take the necessary risks that can lead to growth and innovation. When an employee fails, it's important to create an environment that fosters learning from the failure. Recovering from workplace failures is about learning from the mistakes, identifying the root cause, and developing solutions. To recover from workplace failures, it's essential to reflect on what went wrong and what could have been done differently. Companies need to encourage employees to think critically and solve problems creatively. In conclusion, embracing failure in the workplace can lead to growth, innovation, and success. In the world of entertainment, Walt Disney is the epitome of success. But did you know that he was rejected from a job for lacking creativity? Yet he went on to create one of the most beloved and imaginative companies in the world. Oprah Winfrey was fired from her first job in television, only to become the queen of all media. Michael Jordan was actually cut from his high school basketball team, but later went on to win 6 NBA championships and become one of the greatest players of all time. These are just a few examples of how failure can actually lead to success. Instead of giving up or feeling defeated, these individuals learned from their failures and used them as a stepping stone towards achieving greatness. And it's not just in the entertainment and sports industry, but in every aspect of life. Embracing failure can be the key to success. Overcoming the fear of failure. Failure is undoubtedly scary, but not facing it can be even scarier. Sometimes it's okay to take a step back and rethink your strategy. It's always easier to take calculated risks than to go all in at once. When we face failure, negative thoughts start taking over, leading us to believe that we are incapable of success. But it's all about changing our mindset and focusing on what we can do right. Instead of dwelling on your mistakes, try visualizing success. It allows you to see the light at the end of the tunnel and motivates you to keep pushing forward. Overcoming the fear of failure is a personal journey and can be challenging, but it's worth it in the end. Remember, small risks can lead to big rewards, and positive thinking can open up endless possibilities. Failure is not the end, but a stepping stone to success. It teaches you important life lessons, builds resilience, and helps you identify your strengths and weaknesses. Accepting failure in both personal and professional life is critical. Take risks, set realistic goals, and foster a growth mindset. Learn from failures of successful individuals like Walt Disney, Oprah Winfrey, and Michael Jordan. Overcoming fear of failure is daunting, but visualizing success can help. Embracing failure is key to succeeding,